Atalanta BC vs Empoli prediction, team news, lineups preview. Still in the hunt for 2 trophies after a dramatic cup win in midweek, Atalanta BC resume their quest for a top 5 Serie A finish on Sunday, when Empoli visit Gewiss Stadium. While La DEA swept through to the Coppa Italia final by beating Fiorentina in stoppage time, their visitors have been basking in the glow of defeating former champions Napoli to inch closer to safety. Match preview. Having seemed set for extra time following an eventful 90 minutes in Bergamo, Atalanta's semi-final tie with Fiorentina was transformed in its closing stages, as substitutes Ademola Lookman and Mario Pasalic struck to secure a 4-2 aggregate victory and a place in next month's cup final. The Viola had bravely resisted with only 10 men for most of the second half, and even went in front against the odds, but La DEA's informed striker Gianluca Scamacca spectacularly sparked a fightback by converting a bicycle kick before those stoppage time goals booked their ticket to Rome. Veteran coach Gian Piero Gasparini therefore has the chance to taste success in the Coppa Italia final at his third attempt. Juventus will provide the opposition at Stadio Olimpico, and his side are also into the Europa League's Final Four, where Marseille await. Though they have progressed in 2 cup competitions, Atalanta had won just one of their last 7 Serie A matches before last week's game against Monza, when goals from Charles de Ketelaere and El Bilal Touré secured a win that kept them in 6th place in the table. While still trailing behind Bologna and Roma, 5th spot would prove sufficient to secure their return to the Champions League due to Italy's UEFA club coefficient. And there are plenty of points left to play for over the final few weeks. However, ahead of Empoli's arrival, the Bergamaschi have failed to win their last 2 games against teams inside the bottom half of the standings, surprisingly losing to Cagliari and drawing 2-2 with Hellas Verona. With just 1 win from their last 6 away games against Atalanta, including a 2-1 loss in Bergamo last season, Empoli may not have history on their side this weekend, but a crucial victory last week has certainly boosted morale in the camp. Welcoming fallen giants Napoli to Stadio Carlo Castellani, the Azzurri struck early on through Alberto Cherry's 4th-minute header, which gave them something to defend, and despite having little of the ball they ultimately held on for maximum points. That moved Davide Nicola's men up to 16th, but their fight for survival is likely to go on for some time yet. They are only 3 points above 18th-placed Udinese, as 7 teams scrap to avoid filling 2 relegation places alongside Serie B-bound Salernitana. Nicola is renowned for keeping struggling clubs afloat in Italy's top flight, but even since his transformative mid-season arrival, Empoli have still failed in their quest to win successive league matches for the first time in nearly a year, having also lost each of their last 3 away fixtures without scoring. Toppling Atalanta represents a big ask. In a tough run-in, games against relegation rivals Frosinone and Udinese are likely to prove most vital. Team news. Although Atalanta defender Giorgio Scalvini has now recovered from a hamstring problem, he may not be risked ahead of their Europa League clash against Marseille. Emile Holm and Rafael Toloi both sustained injuries last week and are certainly sidelined. With Scalvini and Toloi still absent, Isak Hien should start in the center of La DEA's 3-man defense, particularly as the Sweden international will be suspended next Thursday, after having one thunderbolt ruled out by the VAR and then volleying home his team's 2nd goal in midweek. Gianluca Scamacca will hope to start again. He has scored 4 times in 3 league games against Empoli and needs 1 more goal to reach double figures for this season. Empoli, meanwhile, must make an enforced change in attack, as Alberto Cherry limped off with a thigh injury following his early goal against Napoli. Steven Spendi, Mei Nyang, and experienced duo Francesco Caputo and Mattia Destro will therefore compete to take his place up front, with support from La DEA loanee Nicolo Cambiaghi. Wingback Tyrone Ebwehini is still unavailable, but Ardian Ismaili thigh and Alberto Grassi muscular could yet be past fit to play some part in Sunday's game. Atalanta BC possible starting lineup: Carnesecchi, Jimsidi, Hien, Kolasinac, Hateboer, Darun, Ederson, Ruggieri, Miranchuk, Lookman, Scamacca. Empoli possible starting lineup: Capriel, Berezinski, Walukiewicz, Luperto, Giasai, Marin, Mallet, Pizzella, Zerkowski, Cambiaghi, Niang. We say, Atalanta BC 2-0 Empoli. Averaging over 2 goals per game on home turf this term. Atalanta are strong favorites to prevail despite being between 2 crucial cup contests. The hosts' forwards have found form and fitness, so Gian Piero Gasparini can afford to rotate his resources and still consign Empoli to defeat. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.